Here are the tools that you need to install the Korky Universal Complete Kit for your toilet. So first off, I've got an adjustable wrench. I've got a crescent wrench. I have here a screwdriver kit with a whole bunch of different pieces. This is Capri, and it also has a way to adjust the torque on it. You need some microfiber towels. I just happen to have a big box here, and that is for cleaning up and also making sure that you have some place to put your the top of your toilet when you take it off. And then one of the last things you need here is also a bucket. This is a 2 or 3 gallon bucket, and that's just for catching any water from the drain. So with that, let's open up the system right here and go over the parts that are inside. All right, so here's the kit once I took it out of the packaging. And just so you know, I'll leave a link to this for Amazon if you're looking to purchase the same kit. I already did the check, and this is a 2-inch toilet drain that I'll be replacing. So with that, we have our overflow valve here, and this is what will shut the water off as it goes in. This is your tube that runs from your valve to your drainage section to actually help clear up and refill your toilet. And then with that, you have your flapper, your side that goes under the flapper, the big washer ring that goes between your toilet top and the bottom section. And then it also has replacement screws to hold your tank onto the toilet itself. So this has all the pieces that you need to really redo your entire internals of your toilet. And then of course, up here, it has directions on how to use this, but that's what we're gonna go over in this video. So with that, let's head over to the toilet and start the process. All right, here we are in the bathroom with the toilet. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna remove everything from this room and move it off to the side somewhere that is around your toilet. You want full access. And if you need to, move it out of the room if it's a small room. This is a fairly small room, but I'm putting it behind me over here. And that way I have full access around the toilet and I can get to everything I need. Now the next piece to this is making sure that your water is off. So if you come around the side here, I'm gonna just go ahead and shut the water off by just turning this. And then I'm gonna confirm by flushing the toilet. And if you look in here, you're gonna see that it's not refilling anymore. And I'm actually gonna hold this up to make sure that all the water that can drain out drains out, so I don't have to take it out later. And then we'll get to the next section in just a second after I drain some more of this water out. All right, the first part to this is we're gonna go ahead and come in the tank, and I'm gonna remove this flapper valve. Now, I knew that this was leaking, which is why I'm replacing this. And I'm gonna undo this chain from here. So I actually had another one of these from a different toilet that I put in here to test it out, but it was still leaking. So I know that it's this piece right over here somehow is leaking. And that's why we're replacing this entire unit and replacing this section as well, and this entire piece. So with that, this is now removed. There's still some water in here. If I had like a vacuum or something, I could shop vac, I could take all that water out and get rid of it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and drain it when I take this off into the bucket. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and come underneath here now. And the first piece we're gonna loosen here is this white section, this white nut right here, if I can get it with my hand. It should only be hand tight. All right, so I had to use my pliers here just to loosen it up just a little bit so I could get it off. And I'm gonna go ahead and undo this screw right here. And this is the water line that's coming in. And that's gonna have some water, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put that over my bucket. Kind of shake it out a little bit into the bucket, try to get as much water as I can so it doesn't drain anywhere else. And then we're just gonna kind of push that to the side. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come underneath here with the bucket. And again, there's another nut that's all the way under here that's holding on the unit that's inside the toilet that is the float valve. I'm just gonna loosen that up as well. This is where all the water is going to drain out once I pull this out. And that's why I wanted this nice large bucket here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. And you can see the water pouring out. And if you come up top here, there's a tube running down. I'm going to pull that out. This is your tube that fills up your toilet. And now we can see that this is really starting to empty of water in here. This is going to go ahead and be thrown out, this piece right here. And this is also sort of done. This was not popping back up anymore. I think it's worn out after multiple years of use. And with that, the next part is to start taking off the tank itself. And for that, I'm going to go ahead and put this off to the side. Just throw that in the bucket. If you come inside here, you'll see that we have these screws. Now I've got my screwdriver right here. And then underneath this, though, we've got some bolts. So I'm going to use my crescent wrench. I'm going to grab onto the bolts on the bottom. and I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew that. So this screw right here, and these, you don't need to turn the screw necessarily, you can also just turn it with your crescent wrench underneath. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and we'll come right back. All right, so the screws from the inside are out, and now it's time to lift this off. I'm just gonna go ahead and dump those into the other bucket and lift the tank off that's on the back. And as you can see, there is a rubber washer that's left there, but I'm gonna go ahead and carry this over carefully. And then because I need to be able to work on this, I'm gonna go into my shower and turn this over. Now I already have towels down to catch any of the water that's here. And then my goal is now I've got to remove this nut that's holding on the drainage pipe. And then I'm gonna clean all of this up. So I'm gonna go ahead and loosen this up and take this off camera. All right, so I took out the old one. Just a reminder, when you're taking this out, you need to hold this center section while you undo this large nut that's right here. You need to make sure that you're holding on to it. Same thing when you're putting this one in. And I do want to say I have already installed one of these in one of my other toilets, so I know this one works, but it does not go on the same side as the old one. The old one on this side, this one's going to go on this side. It needs more room, but you need to make sure you've got your screw hole here to hold your tank onto your toilet. You got to make sure that it's not covering that. When I did that I put it on this side wrong, and then I moved it to this side and covered up that one. So you got to make sure it's sort of towards the back here and not covering it up. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is start tilting this over. I'm going to grab it from underneath, flip the tank all the way over, just like this. I'm going to hold that on, and I'm going to put this nut on. So I'm going to put my hands in here. I found this is the easiest way to do this for me. Just put my hands in there and then tighten this on. Just like this. So as you can see, I'm holding it up. And then you got to make sure this doesn't turn while you're tightening it up. And you got to make this pretty tight, I found, because you don't want it to leak. You want to really compress that red washer that's in there. But it should just be hand tight. You really shouldn't be using tools to tighten this. It should be really hand tight. See, you can see right there, that looks pretty good. Now, if you don't have the grip strength, you can always grab one of these, and you can do also just a little turn like this, just to make sure it's fully tightened. But again, you don't want to put a lot of pressure. You can break off all of these pieces. And I'm just doing it just a little bit tighter, a quarter of a turn. I'm gonna go ahead and flip this back over. And you can see right there, there we have it. It's in there. I just need to rotate this around. So this little spigot right here, I know it's hard to see probably, is pointed in the correct direction towards where the water intake will be. So now this is ready to go on. Let me just see right here. It feels like there is a red washer that's underneath here. I'm just kind of putting my fingers there. It feels like it's compressed all the way. And so we should be good to go. I'm gonna flip this over one more time here. And the last thing we need here is we need to put on this and make sure that this actually goes on all the way too. So as you can see right here, this is a big washer that connects this tank to the toilet. It prevents leaking. As you can see right there, there's a little bit of space. This is gonna get compressed really, really tight when we put these screws in and tighten it down. But this is just on here loosely right now. So with that, let's go back over the toilet. All right, before we bring our tank back over, there's one thing I want to go over, and that is the fact that there is this little washer over here. This needs to be removed. And as you can see, this is pretty disgusting. It's been there for 20 years. Again, I'm going to throw that into my bucket over there, and then I'm just going to wipe down this area. You kind of want to clean it up. You want to make it where things are going to seat properly. If there's anything that's holding anything back, you want to make sure that there's nothing that's going to get in the way. So I just want to clean up this area, make it as clean as I can before I put the tank back down with the new washer or rubber gasket seal that we're going to be putting in here, and we tighten down our screws that go through here with our washers. So just want to make sure everything's nice and clean, just like that. All right, since I'm about to bring the tank over, the one thing I want to do is I want to get all of the bolts ready that I need to use. Since these rubber washers or gasket seals or whatever you want to call them, they go on first. And I only need 2 of these. This kit comes with 3, just in case you have 3 screws holding down your tank to your toilet, but I only need 2 of them. And then these will go through the tank underneath the toilet, and then you have your washer on the bottom and your bolt. So this is all I'm going to need, is just 2 of these. but I like to have them ready to go. So that when I put the tank on, just in case it starts wobbling, I can get these in pretty quickly and get them anchored down before the tank starts wobbling off. So with that, we're going to go ahead and move the tank over now. All right, so we have the tank here. As you can see, I've got the screws ready to go right here, and I'm going to go ahead and drop this in place. Now, right now, if you were to look around the sides down here, you'll see that there's a big red gasket right there that still needs to be compressed, and that will be once we get the screws in and tighten it down. So now I'm going to take my screw, drop it down through the hole up here, and the other one on the same thing. And look at that, those are in there. Now we need to grab, I've got my washer and my nuts. I'm going to go ahead and go underneath. Let me bring both of them. I'm going to hold the screw down so I don't push it up through. I'm going to go ahead and screw that on just a little bit, just to get it started. Maybe a little bit further. Now you could use an electric drill while doing this as well. I don't like using electric drills because although they do have torque settings and things like that, I have found that they tend to slide off on these, so I've got to do the other side now. But so I tend to use my my manual tools. So again, I got to do the other side now. If I can get it. There we go. Now, what I need to do is I need to tighten these down all the way so that way this isn't rocking back and forth, because nobody wants a tank that's going to move around on them. So I'm going to go ahead and put my crescent wrench underneath here, grab on this side. Once I get it to the right side so it actually holds on. Actually, let me grab my screwdriver first. And we can press down in here with my screwdriver, crescent wrench underneath, grab the bolt, and start turning this on here and getting this screwed in. All right, our next part here is the float valve that has to turn off the water. So you can see there's a water line on here. It's got a red washer or a red gasket on the bottom. I've got the washer in my hand that's black that's going to go on. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put this in. As you can see right here, you do have to line it up a little bit. You want to make sure that it's facing away from the wall. You have your little outlet here for your water. That's going to go down this valve right here. So we want to make sure it's pushed this way. And now we're going to go underneath and put the washer on. Now remember, this is a hand tight washer, so you don't want to overdo it. So I'm just going to screw it on here. Now once this is on fully, and I'm going to do this off camera here, but once it's on fully and fully seated, remember, just hand tight. I'm then going to put on my water line, which again, if you see the connection here for mine at least, is hand tight. You might have a different one that you're using. You might need pliers or something, but mine is hand tight only. So I'm going to go ahead and hook these up and come back in just a second. All right, so I've now installed the float valve. And the last pieces here, we have our flapper, which is of course very important to make sure that all this is working. So we're going to go ahead and put that in first. And that just kind of slides on here. This is a nice rubber one. That's very easy to put on. And then you kind of want to adjust it so it moves up a little bit. So I'm going to have to probably, like right now, if I were to hook this on, it would hardly move up. So I'm going to actually adjust this just a little bit. And instead of redoing the chain, I'm just going to make it a little bit shorter this way. So I'm going to add a little bit of extra chain on there and then hook that right into here. There's a whole bunch of openings on here. So there we go. That should be high enough for it to actually drain the water. And then the last piece here is to actually have some water go down the tube here to refill the toilet after it flushes. So I'm going to go ahead and push this on here. And this locks in just like this on here. Actually, you know what? We're going to skip that part, I think, for mine. Because mine's not that far away. I think I can just put this right into here. And then put this right down here like this. Mine's close enough where it can do that. Others might not be. And you might need to lock it in with this if it's further apart. I don't feel I need that. I think that's perfectly fine for mine. I don't need a whole lot of water going down there. And then right here is your adjustment for the water as well. So you can turn that, you can turn it down or up how much water goes in here. So if your tank is filling really quickly, you can adjust this. And then also, I did forget to mention, make sure you adjust this to the proper water level. Mine was already adjusted properly when I put it in there, but I forgot to mention it. There's some clips down there on the bottom. You just pull it apart and you can make this higher. If your tank is more narrow and high and taller, you can do that. But now, the moment of truth, we turn the water on. All right, so moment of truth, everything in here is hooked up. I just did one last check on all the connections. Now I have a dry paper towel here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on the water, and I'm gonna kind of hold this underneath and see if this gets wet, if anything's leaking. You should always double check. All right, so we've got this filling up right now. I'm feeling underneath for any leaks. I'm not feeling any leaks right now. No, paper towel's perfectly dry. And this could take a little bit to fill up, but I'm just checking everything. I'm checking also where these screws go through. There's a slight gap. I'm just kind of checking around there just to see if there's any water coming in through there. I don't feel anything. So I think we might be good. I'm going to go ahead and shut this valve just a little bit. This is the valve again going into the toilet. And the toilet's already full, which isn't surprising since we didn't really flush. We're just filling it back up, so I'll have to adjust that later. All right, we're almost up to the fill line here on the toilet, and we're gonna see, yep, pretty well, almost exactly at the fill line, exactly where we wanted to. Now, if you see in here, we've got those screws. I do want to mention, I made sure to tighten them to about 40 pounds of torque. I didn't go above that, and because these are pulling this tank into the toilet, I'm afraid of it cracking if I were to go too heavy on the pressure. That's why I don't use power tools when working with this. I usually use hand tools. I figure I can't overpower it to break this material, but you never know. So just be careful with that. You don't want to over torque them too much. That's why I don't recommend using power tools when working with toilets. So with that, it doesn't feel like anything is leaking. I'm checking all the connections. I've got my paper towel here. I've been feeling around as this filled up, and it's perfectly dry, no water on it whatsoever. And along with the screws coming underneath, nothing underneath there. And now the moment of truth, let's go ahead and flush it and see if the flapper valve stays open properly. And with that, you can see that the toilet was able to flush. We got enough water through the tank, and it does open up enough, and then it also shut. Before it was fully empty, it doesn't need to fully empty the tank, and we're filling back up again. So that is a successful changing of the internal mechanisms within a toilet. So I hope that helped you, and I hope if you have any questions, please leave them down below. Again, I will leave a link to everything that I used in this video. Thank you for watching.